How's it going, guys? And welcome back to the channel. Happy Monday morning to each and every one of you here on the Morning Vibe. Let's go ahead and hit that intro music so we can get you guys put in a good mood this fine Monday morning. Man, that beat, it always makes me smile. I've told y'all before, I keep thinking about changing the intro music and I just can't bring myself to do it. I love that song. I don't know what it is about it, but I love that song. Got a couple topics I want to talk to you guys today, and then we're going to get to some mean, hateful comments. If you guys have ever tuned into a Facebook Live video that we've done, I've talked a couple different times on there about commenters and hate comments and stuff like that on the different platforms, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, whatever. In my opinion, I do feel like the Facebook comments are always the worst. For some reason, I feel like Facebook just goes just a little bit crazy each and every time you upload a video, especially if it kind of takes off a little bit. That's how you know that a video is getting ready to take off. So hope you guys had a great weekend this past weekend. I will tell you guys, I am pre-recording this one. Normally, I get up and I film early on Monday morning for the Monday episode of the Morning Vibe. But as you guys are watching this, I'm actually out of town on a trip. So doing some exciting things with that. That's going to be over on the Cameraman Ron channel. So if you're not subscribed over there and you are new here to the Morning Vibe, make sure that you guys check that out because we got some really, really cool stuff coming up over there. But this is pre-recorded, so I don't know what happened over the weekend. I don't know. So you guys leave a comment down below. Let me know if anything interesting happened on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, because I've been out of town for a little while. I mean, it has been crazy with the travel schedule we've been having going on here lately. Between myself and the PYT, it has just been absolutely nuts. Like it really has. Got a couple really good podcasts coming up for you guys. Tomorrow morning is going to be a good one. Tomorrow morning, we're going to be talking about the 5 things you must avoid when you start creating content. So make sure if you're not subscribed here at the Morning Vibe, you smash this. I'm sorry. We're not going to say smash that subscribe button. This week, we're going to say, if you're not subscribed here at the Morning Vibe, I want you to picture that subscribe button like your favorite taco at the best little Mexican joint in your hometown. And I want you to attack it like you know you'd attack that taco that you ain't had. Let's say you ain't had one in about 3 months. Your favorite taco at your favorite Mexican joint, you're going to attack it. And that's how I want y'all to attack that subscribe button here on the Morning Vibe. Let's roll in to today's video. Now, as you guys know, if you are creating content and you are putting your life out there on the internet, there is something that everybody is going to have to say about you. Somewhere along the line, they're going to say something. I promise you, I bet you every dollar I got, somebody's going to say something about you. So you best be prepared for that because there's going to be haters. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, it's so bad. Like it really is like really, really bad. But we're going to go through and we're going to read a couple of my favorite ones that are just, they're almost sad. They're so funny. Some of them are mine. Some of them are other people's, but we're going to dive right in. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get one pulled up right now. And I will tell you guys, this first one is a common theme that I see all the time on my channel. And here we go. Listen, here we go. Breathing hard for not doing anything. Well, for starters, Scooter, I am doing something. I'm out on the boat. You're reeling in a fish. You're pulling in a magnet. I'm not going to call out who this is or what videos they're on because I'm not looking for you guys to go attack anybody or anything like that. Look, guys, at the end of the day, I know I'm a hefty boy. Like, I get it. I appreciate everybody, like, looking out for me and trying to tell me. But my favorite response to a comment like that is, man, you're so original. Thank you for letting me know I'm fat. The mirror didn't tell me this morning. So... And let me offer a little explanation. If you guys are coming over from the Cameraman Ron channel, there for a while, we switched microphone systems over to those Rode wireless microphones. Well, when we first switched them, I was wearing it right on my chesty, like right here. And if you guys hear that right there, everything that's like in this area is super amplified. That's where your air goes. That's where your mouth goes. Everything that happens is very concentrated right here. So even when I wasn't breathing heavily, it sounded like it because when I'm breathing out of my nose, I'm literally blowing air straight down to that microphone. So it was very relevant and noticeable that you would hear that just like that. It wasn't really that I was breathing hard. It was just that every breath I took was running straight down to that microphone. Now, if you guys have watched recently, I've since moved that microphone up to my shoulder, which eliminates that. So that's where all the heavy breathing was coming from. I am fat. Like if I fight a big fish, I'm sucking for air by the time. If you guys watched last Thursday's video where we caught all those bonito or false albacore or whatever the heck you want to call them, if you haven't had that, check out that video. Make sure you check it out. It's a really good one. But if you haven't checked it out, I was breathing heavy, but I mean, we were fighting. They weren't that big, but we were snatching them. So when you snatch fish, they fight a little bit harder. So yeah, I mean, when I fight a big fish, I'm a big boy. I do breathe hard. So, but here's the thing, and this is my rebuke to that. If you turn on one of my videos and you look at myself and you're like, I bet that dude's in the peak performance shape of his life. You probably not a very smart person. And if the best you can come up with, if you're trying to be a troll, is that I'm fat, be a little more original. I mean, if you're going to be a hater or you're going to be a troll, at least be an original troll. Come on now. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, we have got geez, dude, why don't you keep the fish out of the water a little longer? My response was, I'll definitely take that into consideration. This is a very, very common comment or comments like this on the outdoor channels. It's not just mine, it's everybody's. You're disrespectful. I will tell you guys that ever since I moved to Florida, if you watch my channel, I am one of the most respectful fishermen to the wildlife, to nature, that you will ever see. And that's not me bragging. That's just me being honest with you guys. I'm very, very conscious of what I'm doing when I'm filming. It is a task, because what you're seeing is we have to get the fish in the boat. We have to unhook the fish. We have to do a little bit of a video, and I can get a read on a fish and how wore out it is. You guys have seen me before. If you're tuning in on the main channel, if I catch a big bull red and I get him in the boat in like 3 minutes, I might keep it out of the water just a little bit longer, because that fish is still green. He's still hardy. So yeah, I might keep it out of the water just a little bit longer than what I would if I fought a fish for 30 minutes and then I take him out of the water. That fish is probably tired. He's a little less likely. And then we always revive our fish. You guys have seen me do that on here. So, there's always going to be that one guy who's like, you're disrespecting the fish. I didn't screenshot this, but one of my favorite ones, I was catching ladyfish. I was keeping the ladyfish as bait. I mean, it's, it's just a sad reality of it. I'm sorry, little dude, but that's what happens. You're a bait fish. So I was catching fish like out on the beach. And when I got them up, I was just kind of slinging them up on the sand with me and like tossing them up to the cart. And somebody comes on and they're like, I just cannot watch you anymore because of the way you're disrespect. Sorry, I just really got choked up what I was trying. I was like really trying to get into character right there, and I almost choked myself. He was like, I can't watch you anymore because of the way you disrespect the fish that you catch. And I'm like, well, for starters, they're about to become bait. I'm about ready to dispatch them in a humane way, and then I'm going to cut them up for bait. So it's sorry about you, but that's what it is. But my response to him is still one of my favorite responses of all time. I'm like, I do that because they like the way the sand exfoliates their skin. He didn't really like that response very much, if I'm being honest with you guys. All right, we're going to move on to the next one. Gee whiz, I can't watch this guy. He talks way too much. Just shut up, dude. See how weird it gets when I don't talk? That's what? Dude, but like I've seen so many. I'll tell you another content creator that gets a lot of those comments is Jack Motley. But like that's what content is. We're not watching 1920s silent movies or whenever that era was. Like we have to talk like that. Like that's what I'm like. What do you mean you talk too much? Literally, especially if you're watching on this channel. If you're watching on this channel, that's all it is. Like I just sit here and talk. The podcast, we just sit there and talk. But yes, I talk when I'm catching fish. That's the whole point. You're explaining what you're doing. You're talking about how you're catching the fish. You're talking about what bait you're using, what rod you're using. Because here's the thing. If you're one of those guys that are saying, hey, you talk too much. If I don't do that, go read the comments, because the comments are going to tell you everything you need to know about that. It's literally nonstop. I wish you'd tell us which rod you're using. I wish you'd tell us what bait you're at. I wish you'd tell us where you're at. I wish you'd tell me, this and that. I wish you'd call out what kind of fish that was. I wish you'd talk about the limit. So it's like, if I don't talk about the fish that I'm catching, number one, it's not helping anybody, and most people aren't going to watch it. And number two, it just like, it messes up the whole video because you just don't have any like talking points in there, which you need. And I will tell you guys this, and this is the truth, and this is going to come right into what we're going to talk about tomorrow on the channel. I firmly believe that if you leave too much silence in a video, that YouTube will punish you for that. Because back in the day, people were making loop videos where they were just like showing, like, I can't remember what all they were showing, but like pages of a book or something like that, just turning. And that was their video. And YouTube does a lot of their like checks via audio. So I'm a firm believer that if you leave too much space of non-audio in a video, YouTube picks up on that pretty quick and they will not push that product whatsoever. So, dude, that's why I talk too much, just in case you're wondering. All right. This is a very recent one. This was on a reel. Like if you're like trying to hate on reels and short form content, that's the equivalent of being like a minor league baseball heckler. Like, don't go to a minor league stadium and heckle the players. And if you're commenting on reels and you're a hater on reels or short form content, you're like a minor league troll. You've not even made it to the big leagues. And I will tell you, I'm very, very tolerant on our channel. You can say pretty much anything you want to say about me. The one thing that will get you blocked faster than anything is if you say something about Sarah, if you say something about one of my kids. I'm just telling you right now, that's going to get you blocked quick, fast, and in a hurry. You're done. Or I'm sorry, if we're going to the TikTok, you're done. You're done. It's an inside joke with all of us around here, but that's pretty funny. If you haven't seen that, you need to check some of the skits out where they're doing that. But this one earned a block. Like I had to block this guy, and I think I was just having a bad day. I don't remember what it was, but I'm going to tell you why I blocked him. It just says, "Hey, fat boy, maybe someday you're going to learn how to fish." Well, for starters, if you start your comment out with "Hey, fat boy," if you're trying to get my attention, that's going to work. It's going to get my attention. But again, you're not original. Like you're not the first person to call me fat. But aside from that, the particular reel that he caught on this at the time, I just caught my PB redfish by myself. I wasn't with anybody else. I was on my own fishing for this fish. And he's like, "Maybe someday you'll learn how to catch fish." And I'm like, that's the dumbest comment I've ever heard. You literally just commented, number one, that I'm fat, unoriginal. You get a strike for that. Number two, you commented that I might learn how to fish someday on a video where I caught basically a PB fish. Like, are you dumb? Like, how do you think that that's the video? There's 10,000 videos out there of me not catching fish. Between my channel and everybody else I've worked with, there's so many videos out there where I don't catch fish. Go make that comment on one of them, because at least then it makes sense. Right? Like, if you're commenting that on a video where I didn't catch any fish that day, hey, good on you. You were a little bit original that day. Don't make that comment on a video where I caught a fish. Like, that's just dumb of you. It literally instant block, like gone. I was just like, hey, you're done. You're done. I got to stop doing that. I'm kind of cracking myself up. It's a little bit early in the morning. I might be a little bit slap happy. I'm not saying if I am or if I'm not. I'm just saying that it's a very, very real possibility right now. So we're going to read one more because I'm going to try to keep this one under 15 minutes. Let me go in here and find it real quick. This was a really good one that I wanted to share with you guys. I'm going to skip through a couple because I got ahead of myself. Let me see. Give me just a minute here. I'm scrolling because I'm just skipping through because I was expecting to get to more of this. I didn't know I was going to spend so much time talking. Who knew that I would sit there and talk for so incredibly long? Oh, okay. I remember this was this was the other good one. Hang on, let me make sure I read it right here. Sorry for the silence. I'm just making sure I'm doing this right. Okay, here it is. Sorry, I just had to make sure I read the right one. CMR. I have always been a huge fan of your videos, but I simply cannot watch you anymore with the way you treat your wife. You are so disrespectful and mean to her. I'm surprised she didn't leave you years ago. There's a couple reasons that this comment is extremely, extremely funny to me. Number one, like, I have not shown an ounce of disrespect to Sarah in my life, but this is funny to me for a couple reasons. And the first and foremost reason is, most of you guys know, if you are here and you're loyal subscribers, you would know that there is nothing in this world more important to me than the PYT. Absolutely nothing. And we rarely fight. You guys have seen us on podcasts together where we talk about this. We very, very rarely ever have an argument, a fight. We get along extremely, extremely well. So it was really, really strange to me that that comment popped up. But I was like, it made me think about, I'm like, man, am I like really being disrespectful? And then it dawned on me, like, it's the skits. People don't like the skits. When we came out with the whole Eugene thing on that side, we had a lot of people that got really, really mad at me over bringing in a separate wife for Eugene. But I will tell you guys, 1,000,000%, that was all Sarah's idea. Sarah's very, very innovative in the way she thinks about the content and the channel and stuff like that. And she told me, she's like, we have to bring in somebody else to play Eugene's wife because no one will be expecting that. Nobody. And golly, she was so freaking right. But that definitely created a lot of hate comments for me because a lot of people thought that was my idea and that I wanted to do that. But I mean, just hear me out for a minute. Just think about this and how dumb this conversation would be as a man, right? You go into your wife and you're like, hey, babe, need to talk to you about something. You know how I got an alter ego on the channel? Oh, Eugene, you know what I'm talking about. So I've been thinking we need a wife for him. But I don't want it to be you. What I want to do is I want to get a really hot chick to play Eugene's wife. Bro, you about to get smacked in the head with a pan. You're going to be sleeping in the doghouse. There's not a man out there that's dumb enough to do that and have that conversation with his wife. That was all Sarah's idea. That had nothing to do with me. Sarah was the one, I told her, I'm like, I'm willing to do it. I'm like, but you're putting out the model call. You're going to talk to these girls and you're going to explain the situation because there is nothing I can say that's going to make that sound okay, which she did. And that's how we ended up finding Kristen, who plays the part of Chrissy on the main channel over there. We've become amazing friends with her and her real husband, Byron. They visit us anytime they're in the Panhandle and we film a little bit. But, man, we love them to death, and it turned into a great friendship. But, guys, that's all I got for you. I just wanted to read a couple of them. You know, if you're, I'll leave you guys with this. If you're one of those people that just go around and look for stuff to comment on videos, don't be that guy. Like, find something better to do with yourself. I promise you, if you're coming on and you're commenting on one of my videos and you're being negative or hateful, it is way more of a reflection of you than it is of me. Guys, I truly hope you guys enjoyed this one. God bless each and every one of you. Hope you wait. Golly, I can't talk this morning. God bless each and every one of you. I truly hope you find a way to make somebody smile today. We can't wait to see you on the next one. Y'all take care, and we'll see you soon. One more breathing heavily into the mic.